So getting into Fallen Angels number 3, we do get reminded on what had happened in the earlier chapters of this series. What I mean by that is, in Fallen Angels number 1 and number 2, we had learned that we're going to follow the original Psylocke on this adventure. Because in the late 90s, in the early 2000s, really most of the 2000s, Marvel had this great idea to have Betty Braddock and Kawana switch bodies. And so for a long time, when Marvel fans saw Psylocke, they saw Betty Braddock. But in the late 2010s, Marvel basically had switched the characters back into their original body. And so we're following Kawana once again. Now, throughout the 2 chapters, we have learned that apparently Kawana had a daughter, but she had to give that daughter up. On top of that, we also learned that Kawana used to be part of the Hand, one of the many evil organizations in Marvel Comics. But then you have the book remind us where our last video left off at. What I mean is that Cable got word about one of the many operations that is being run by Apoth, our new villain for this book, for this series. But on top of that right there, he had been asking Psylocke and X-23 to go to this location to shut down this operation. Because apparently in this operation here, Apoth had been using slaves as a way to finish some kind of product. And so right now you had Cable, Psylocke, and X-23 coming here to shut down this operation. The problem is though, as soon as they arrive, they are confronted by some kind of machine. And that tells us right there that Apoth knew that Psylocke, X-23, and Cable were coming to hopefully shut down this operation. And so when we jump into Fallen Angels number 3, we actually do see Cable, X-23, and Psylocke working together to take down this robot and to hopefully take down this operation. Now here comes the big problem though. While they're trying to fight against this robot, Cable goes in first, thinking that he'll be able to actually handle this robot. Unfortunately for Cable, he gets sent flying away, thinking that he has the ability to actually stop this robot on his own. And so with him gone, that now means it's down to Psylocke and X-23 to take care of this robot. And matter of fact, there is something I do want to mention. When it comes to Psylocke, she has been teaching X-23 how to control her anger, which to me kind of bothers me. Because if you have been reading Marvel comics for a long time, X-23 has been able to control her anger for a good period of time. But for some reason, Marvel is kind of like, no, she needs Psylocke to help her control her anger. That is what I got out of this moment right here, really. But either way, you do have the 2 ladies being able to actually shut down this robot, shut down the operation, and then find one of the children that was being used as a slave for this operation. And so you have Psylocke begin the process of using her psychic powers to read his mind to learn what had happened here and what had happened to the rest of the children, because apparently they can't find the rest of the children that were being used as slaves here. But then we jump over to Cable, because let's not forget what happened earlier. Cable really thought that he would be able to take down the robot by himself, but he quickly learned that he was unable to do that and he was sent flying away. Now with him being sent flying away into a jungle that was nearby the operation that was being run by Apoth, when he wakes up, he hears something calling him and he has no idea what it is. And so you do have Cable get down and begin the process of walking towards the voice that is calling out to him. But when he gets closer and closer, well, he is greeted by some kind of being. But before he is able to call out to Psylocke and X-23, something is stabbed in the back of his neck to knock him out, meaning that Cable has now been captured by the enemy. Now, we actually do jump back over to Psylocke in X-23. And the reason why, because let's not forget, Psylocke was reading the mind of the boy they found at the operation that was being run by Apoth. This young boy was being kept here as a slave. But when she reads his mind, she was able to learn that the rest of the children are being held in a nearby village, which means that they can still be saved if they hurry up. And so you do have Psylocke tell X-23, we need to go if you want to save the rest of the children. But on top of that right there, that is the moment you have X-23 tell Psylocke that Cable has also been taken as well. And so now they have a tough choice here. Do they go after their friend and save him, or try to go to that nearby village to save the children that are being held by slaves? And right off the bat, you have Psylocke say, we are going to save the children. And then maybe, just maybe, we can come back and save Cable. But for right now, we are going to save the children first. And so you have Psylocke and X-23 leave to save the children. But to go ahead and wrap up this video, we actually pick up with Cable being held against some kind of metal wall. But that is the moment he is greeted by some unknown character. Now this character says that he or she is not Apoth, but this person apparently serves Apoth. And right now, Apoth's goal is to end everything. Humans, mutants, machine. Basically wants to end all things on Earth. But of course, bring in a new beginning for the Earth. And right now, this mysterious character believes that Apoth could possibly get that done. And this is where we are going to end today's comic book video. So please hit the like button down below and subscribe. Also, if you have any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But I do hope you enjoy today's comic book video. Later, guys.